What's up, people of YouTube? This is Grow Me Something Mr. Welcome to Friday Gardens. It's Wednesday, June 17, 2020. It's time for a garden update. And I don't know if I told y'all this before that I changed up my mother's bed here. It used to come out to about right here, and it was just a waste of space, I believe. So I cut it back, the amount of bricks coming out. I might have that come out one more, just a little bit wider for these rose bushes here. I took out most of what I can of the irises. They didn't have any gladiolas in here, so I'm going to have to see about maybe getting more gladiolas. But irises came back up there. There's my roses. Let's go to the next little bed here. The beans actually did come up a bit. There's not much to show for the beans. But, yeah, they're just kind of letting them do what they want to do. As for my butternut squash, you can see it's pretty much all gone because vine borers got to it. And so here's one extra little squash. I think this is a patty pan squash that seems to have made it. So I've had some bed destruction here, or some plant destruction after that little tropical storm Cristobal, and we had some other heavy rains after that. So it kind of blew down things, blew down leaves. You can see it's just kind of shot a little bit, things all over the place, bugs getting to it. But that's eggplant. I've harvested a lot of eggplant. A lot of the purple ones, a lot of the Louisiana long greens. Here's a Cajun bell pepper, and you know what? I promised it. There we do have some red ones. We're going to do another on-camera taste test. Okay, there we go. There's a red Cajun bell pepper right there. Cajun bell, as they call it. I use a wet towel just to clean it off a little bit, but nice shiny red. So here we go, on-camera taste test. It's got a different flavor than the green. It doesn't have spice. I'm not even joking, like, oh, that's not spicy at all. It literally does not have any spice. It's all the spice of a bell pepper. In case you're wondering, I'm eating into the seeds. No. Sorry. I think Bonnie Plants was saying that it's spicy. They don't know what spicy is. That's not even close to being spicy. It's like a bell pepper. Here's my tomato bed here. You can see it's just getting bad. We're in June, and that's what happens usually with my plants in June. They just start going downhill. We had a lot of rain, so I think that may have something to do with it, and probably just me not keeping up with it might have had something to do with it as well. The Creole Tomatoes was a disappointment this season. The bugs and all got to them. I didn't take care of it with the bugs properly as I should have, spraying like neem oil and that type of thing. But, you know, it is what it is. The big beef, I did get a lot of big beef, and those are some nice tomatoes. They're not as tasty as the Creoles, but they have a good size to them. Melatonin vines, they're growing. They're looking much better than they were before. I don't know if this is where they should be in this stage for new plants. But either which way, they're growing nicely. They have a nice base. Check it out. This is the volunteer butternut squash right here. There's several on this plant here. I went through trimming things that didn't have anything because I'm not interested in growing greenery. I'm interested in trying to grow the actual vegetables. So if you're not producing on it, I cut you out. Here are the two zucchinis right here. I had a couple of zucchinis, and then they rotted on me, and I haven't seen anything new growth as far as the actual vegetable. They're extending a little bit their footprint, but that's about it. And this is the actual butternut squash bed right here that I purposely planted, and that one has multiple butternut squash. I took a few off of it because it looked like they were going to get messed up from all that rain and the storm, and it might have been a little bit too early because, as I'm told, in the red, these are ready to harvest when they're dark colored, and when that starts to die back, or actually when it dies back all the way or mostly, you can harvest it and let it continue ripening off the vine. And here's a volunteer eggplant right here. I've got volunteers, like I mentioned, all the time. I don't know why they want a volunteer to be in this garden, but we're happy to have them. So that's basically it. Nothing yet. It's got some flowers. I don't know what type of eggplant this is going to produce. It doesn't really matter because I don't eat it, and I'll be giving it away like I do everything else. So, alright, that's just a quick little garden tour right there over here at Friday Gardens. It's June, and it's hot and it's humid, and it's no fun to really be in the garden a whole lot when it gets to this point, especially July, August. But yeah, we'll just keep on plugging along here. Tomato bed, by the way, I'm probably a week out from just starting to cut out. Just cutting it and either putting it in compost or burying the plants into the beds, and just dumping grass clippings and other compost materials directly into the bed to be ready for the fall garden. So, okay, folks, that's it. Any comments, any questions, leave them down below. You can also email me. Either which way works just fine with me. So, I thank y'all very much, really. Thank y'all for watching. This is Grow Me Something Mister. And remember to, no, I don't have an next line yet, so see you later, everybody.